form of fast entertainment. One of these ways is by purchasing an iPad. With an iPad, there are many things you can do with it, and you can multitask with it. You can do things like streaming on the internet, so you can watch Netflix, you can watch YouTube videos, or you can watch live entertainment through the television, but on your iPad you can watch things like ESPN or anything else for sports. There are other things you can do for entertainment-wise. There's social networking, where there's the websites such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and so on and so forth. The iPad is basically a tablet computer. It's portable, so you can carry it around. When it's charged, it has a fairly long life as long as you keep it charged. If you forget to charge it, then your iPad's not going to work. They can connect to Wi-Fi in public places. Usually they don't need a password for public places, but sometimes they do. Most private places you do need the password, but they always work better with it. With your iPad and the Wi-Fi, you can do almost anything on it that you can do from home. It was invented within the past few years, so it is fairly recent, and Apple upgrades them every so often, basically about every year. They do like the iPad 1, iPad 2, and so on. So they have like different functions, and the camera quality gets better. And since it is Apple, it was designed by Steve Jobs, who created many of these type of devices, such as the iPod, the iTouch, the iPhone. The iPad can work as a TV, a computer, or a way of communication. This has impacted us and has changed the way we communicate because it has made communicating a lot easier. The iPad is cheaper than buying a computer, and it's also better since it's smaller, which makes it easier to carry around instead of having to carry around the laptop with a laptop case or a laptop charger or the mouse. It's your one device and it's about this big, so it made it a lot easier. Another way it helps communicate is it has a camera on it, and it's a double-sided camera, so you can have it facing you or you can record things out. And the reason why a camera would be useful for communication is because if you have family, let's say, that lives in Germany or across the country and you don't get to see them that often, you're able to communicate them with a visual instead of just having to hear their voice over the telephone. The iPad is significant because it's useful for people who are always on the move. You can bring it with you and take notes on it through the notepad for things you need or need to do. It makes it easier to see relatives through FaceTiming or through Skype. With the iPad, you don't have to go to the bank to deposit a check either. And I'll explain that one. There's several apps on the iPad, and through the iPad there's an app you can use for like Wells Fargo. Instead of having to drive to the bank to deposit a check, you can just take a picture of the check, both sides, and it'll scan it, putting the money into the bank account, and so that'll save you a trip, and that's convenient. Overall, it's very reasonable to own an iPad. They can fill so many purposes and make things a lot easier. It's nice because you don't have to switch back and forth between devices such as your phone, your iPod, TV, computer, and so on. And the screen is large enough so that you can see it, but it's also small enough that you can easily carry it around. It's so nice to only have to worry about carrying one device instead of having to deal with all the other ones. Thank you for listening.